Welcome to another brand new edition of the Saff Under 20 Women's Championship 2025. We are live from the Basundhara Kings Arena in Bangladesh for the sixth edition of this age group South Asian Championship for women. And we kickstart proceedings with the defending champions Bangladesh taking on Sri Lanka in the opening game of match day 1, followed by Bhutan against Nepal later in the day. The Bangla Tigress, their coach
Ladies
Peter
and
Butler,
gentlemen, let's
implored the
welcome the
fans to
national
support the side
champion
from the
of
stands and hope
Bangladesh
that
and
they can successfully defend the title. They constantly keep getting messages from friends and family and fans wishing them luck and now wants to repay the faith. They are making their way out of the team bus. The senior side just capped off the AFC Women's Asian Cup 2026, the maiden entry into the pilot event in Asia with a sterling 7-0 victory.
We ready for the first match in the Bangladesh. I think my team will play well. Today I checked the ground. I think weather just is okay, but a little bit wet in the ground. I think today's ground condition a little bit okay.
Shivanta Kumar, the head coach of Sri Lanka, is upbeat for the challenge. The Under 20 Women's Championship has thrown up some riveting storylines and surprise, but Sri Lanka will be banking upon performance and a formidable squad under the tutelage of Shivanta Kumara. And talking about Peter Butler and Bangladesh, the target is to win the title for the fifth time. And in order to stay in sync with their mission, 3 points is of utmost importance. And every game matters in this two-legged round robin form. The opening game always very, very crucial.
Preparation's
So
been short and sweet, a little bit manic because we've obviously been away in Myanmar. Obviously, only recently just come back, so we've just had a couple of sessions with the girls, but I'm sure they're all looking forward to showing what they can do.
the teams made are at the center. Some important guests in attendance getting introduced to the players. The last few weeks they've been working together on the technical aspects of the game and trying to achieve them in the game with excellence and class by maintaining discipline and importantly with one eye on the trophy. For that they want to progress step by step and the immediate assignment will be to pass the Sri Lanka test. Now we stand in
ladies and
attention
gentlemen,
for
please
the
stand
national
for the
anthem.
national anthem of Sri Lanka. And now the national anthem of Bangladesh.
The 2025 SAF Under 20 Championship, the sixth edition of the regional women's Under 20 tournament. The defending champions Bangladesh are the hosts. were the joiners with India in the last edition held at the BSS Mustafa Kamal Stadium. First participation for Sri Lanka since 2021. 4 participating teams in this edition, and each side will face their opponents twice, and the team with the highest point tally will be crowned champions, with the final match day taking place on the 21st of this month. Mr. Butler seemed quite impressed with the infrastructural aid provided by the Bangladesh Football Federation. Etched his name in the history of the country's football with a spot in the AFC Women's Asian Cup for the very first time. Now it's all about trusting the youngsters in front of the home fans to do the job again and pave the way for a brighter tomorrow and lay a solid foundation. It's time for keepsake photographs. Sri Lanka have witnessed many a memorable and glorious chapter of South Asian footballing history. It's time for Shivanta Kumara's girls to add on with glittering history as they get ready for the Bangladesh test. We'll get into the team news of both the teams. Likes to play an attacking brand of football, Peter Butler. The 2 captains, Afeda, leading the Bangladesh side, and Sanduni, the skipper of Sri Lanka. The match officials, Anjana Rai, supported by Marina Dimal and Shering Wanke. And the match commissioner, of course, is Tashi Wangmo. This is the Bangladesh lineup. Peter Butler just going with a 4-3-3 with Afeda Khandekar leading the side in defense. And Sagurika will be spearheading the attack, aided by Yumela Marma and Sina Jahan Shikhar. A very strong lineup named by the British head coach. The midfield triangle with Sapna, Munki and Rupa. Shikhar will have a big role to play. Yumela Marma as well had a brilliant outing in the Saff Under-17 Championship a few years ago. And Sri Lanka are going with 5 in defense. Sivanta Kumara, this is Umesha Dulini, Gagani, Kavini and Rashmi Karage forming the back 5, and Imran Gregory will lead the line on her own. Kasmi and Sasidi occupying the wings, and Sanduni will be a very key figure in the middle of the park.
The match is just about to kick off. Take a look at the giant field and join us for the kickoff countdown. Are you ready?
Oh, and the formalities are over. The handshakes are also over, and so as the photographs and smiles. And 90 minutes of high-octane adrenaline action that we will bring to you live on the YouTube channel of Sportzworkz. The countdown for kickoff begins, and so Bangladesh play at home. This is very much their backyard. There are the fans and there are the hopes of the World Cup in the future. But Bangladesh, of course, has taken points from illustrious opponents in this region. And Sri Lanka know it's not an open desert where they could sight a star to guide their course. They need a lot more than that. They'll need a consolation. So Bangladesh against Sri Lanka for the second time in the Saff Under-20 Women's Championship. 2 South Asian giants fighting against each other. Welcome you then to match day 1. The spotlight also falls on this man, Peter Butler, the seasoned head coach of the national women's team. Taking charge of the junior side in Bangladesh for the very first time. Looking at the press, they remarked the Under-20 tournament is a different ball game, and they have new players here. And this will serve as a stepping stone towards greater challenges. Regarding the notion that the Saff Championship, the second tier affair, Butler instead label it as a greater opportunity for development. Took the group stages of the AFC Asian Cup qualifiers by storm in Myanmar. A big margin victory over Turkmenistan in the last group game. It was a 7-0 victory. Bangladesh have a free kick from 25 yards out. Sapna goes directly for goal. Oh, what a start! A mind-boggling finish Can you believe it? Not even a couple of minutes on the clock, and Bangladesh, they rush into a 1-0 lead.
Jersey number 7, Shakti.
Free kick. Harushika completely beaten. And a dream start for the Bangla Tigress. They continue with their rich reign of form. Look at the free kick. Getting enough purchase on the ball, lifting it over the wall. Impeccable placement. Bangladesh should draw the first blood. Perfect start at their home turf. This Vasundhara Kings Arena, the venue for the Saff Under-20 Women's Championship, is one of the largest sports complexes in the country. It has been designed by architect Mohammad Faiz Ullah. Here comes Bangladesh once more from the right hand side. This time the delivery is comfortably gathered by Tharusika. Sapna Rani with that adventurous run on the right hand side. Look at that. Just waited for a second for Sagorika to get into the penalty area. Just that rush of blood early doors. I was mentioning about this stadium, the capacity of 14,000 open to the public on 17th of February 2022. And the venue hosted its first women's international match on 31st of May last year between Bangladesh and Chinese Taipei. Bangladesh in the ascendancy right from the word go. Rita sends the ball in. Falls kindly to a green shirt. Another shot from distance. A testing time for the Lankan defense. They are right under the pump. Shivanta Kumara knows that. An AFC A license holder, expected to bring structure, vision, and international insights. Another goal. Easy as they come. Bangladesh doesn't stop scoring. Munki Akhtar gets the second for the Bangla Tigress. And the domination in the Saff Championship continues. Getting ahead of a marker from a very sharp angle, but putting it past the goalkeeper. Kept his composure in front of goal and does it with absolute ease. Eliminates the marker effortlessly. Munki Akhtar. Sapna and Munki, the two goal scorers. That's the advantage of having a front three, even while defending. It allows counter attacks to thrive, especially with three players up front every time. Always open doors for the quick attacking transition. Another overhead pass. The flag has stayed down. Well-timed run from Munki. A shoulder to shoulder with Rashmi Karage. The latter wins the duel. Not too far though. Sri Lanka, for the time being, doesn't know where to look. The pressure keeps mounting on their defense. And this man is taking note. Faida Khandekar. Great commitment from the Bangladeshi captain. 18 years of age, deciding to take part in this 120 championship, leading the senior women's side as well. Incoming towards the far post, chance for a free header. Questions on the Sri Lankan defense. Sina Jahan Shikha was unmarked just on the edge of the 6-yard box from the Borishal Football Academy. Could have extended the lead. The Butler just mentioned the performance is the main focus. That stems from solid teamwork. He's worked with the junior teams in Africa before. So this isn't unfamiliar territory. It's an opportunity to contribute at a foundation level. And he said they treat all opponents equally. Nepal, without a shadow of a doubt, will be a tough nut to crack. They play next against Bhutan. Now driving forward Bangladesh once more. Finding a lot of joy. On that left-hand side is Rita. Kept the ball in play. Falls to Rupa Akhtar. Tries to sort her feet out. Munki Akhtar lets fly once more. This time was off target. Rafaida Khandagar in the pre-match conference mentioning coming straight from Myanmar after the AFC Women's Asian Cup 2026 qualifiers. Barely had time to breathe. Had to resume training immediately. As the defending champions, the aim is simple: to retain the trophy and keep it home. And also reveals that both the senior and under-20 squads have been training in tandem. And that shared effort has given them a sense of unity. The nation just ready to roll out the red carpet for its young footballing heroines. And the hopes of a nation rest on their shoulders. For Bangladesh, it's not just about defending a title, it's about setting the tone for a brighter and bolder future in women's football. And they are heading towards the right direction. And now heading forward, Sina Jahan Shikha. Shakurika is the target. The lone front runner. Sina Jahan likes operating from the right. Yumela Marma from the left. Another shot from a tight angle. Wasn't on target. But Sagarika, the highest scorer and the most valuable player in the Saff Under-19 2024. She made debut for the Bangladesh senior national side last year against Bhutan on 24th of July. Oh, skillful play. Threads it through. On the burst. Yumela Marma. The touch was slightly heavy. And eventually the attack breaks down. Soaking up the pressure. Sri Lanka. It's been a smooth sailing for Bangladesh the first 10 minutes. Just teasing and tormenting the Sri Lankan defense, running through the Sri Lankan backline. Just struggling to get into the Bangladesh territory. Now clips it over the top. Swarna Rani sees it away. Bangladesh just working like a well-oiled machine. Sapna Rani went for that switch. Just couldn't execute it to perfection. Saff Under-20 Women's Championship has been a breeding ground for new talent, and many fine footballers have made a name for themselves with exploits in this competition. And in recent years, teams have used the Saff Youth Tournament to test their budding talents. ahead of the league season. And the youngsters have taken their chances with both hands. And leading a country indeed, a privilege for Shivanta Kumara and also a responsibility. It is a special feeling since people in South Asia are extremely passionate about sports, especially football. Both the teams are a good mixture of young players. Additionally, all are hardworking and are confident of delivering and helping in strengthening the team and achieving the target. Bangladesh too strong for Sri Lanka. And once more, Yumehela Marma. That second touch makes her life slightly difficult. A delectable through from Sapna Rani. Yumehela Marma from the Marma tribes. Was part of the Bangladesh under-17 team. Applied her trade for the senior national side as well. There is experience on offer. Saida Khandekar. Haven't seen much of her in the opening quarter. Bangladesh defense hardly been tested. They are all over Sri Lanka at the moment. Sapna Rani pulls the trigger. Slightly ambitious. A forgettable one. But nonetheless, that's the sign of a good player. When your instinct is to shoot. And to all the fans tuning in, do not forget to subscribe to the YouTube channel of Sportzworkz and press the bell icon for notification. The home of South Asian football. Just a couple of months ago, were part of that footballing fiesta held in Arunachal Pradesh. The Saff under-19 for men's. India winning it by beating Bangladesh in penalty shootout. Bangladesh, the most successful team in the Saff under-20 women's championship with 4 titles to their name. India second best with a couple. The first edition was held way back in 2018 in Bhutan. Bangladesh beat Nepal 1-0 in the final on 7th of October to clinch their maiden Saff under-20 title. Since then, it's been no looking back. Now, creating space for the shot. No venom in that attempt. Sina Jahan Shikha. She was cutting through. Tharusika under a huge amount of pressure. Bangladesh will come back once more. Sapna Rani keeps the ball under her control. Jinxing past a couple, a no-look pass. Sets up Shikha. She's into the penalty area, puts it on a floater and rattles the crossbar. But the flag went up. Shagorika this time was perfectly placed. Just couldn't beat the offside trap. An offside by quite a few yards, the number 10. A few players were part of the AFC the qualifiers campaign as well. Sagarika, Afeda, a few of them. Clearing the lines. Tulini. Time and again, Bangladesh are turning the screw. calling shots at the moment. Now a floated delivery right at the right corner of the penalty area. Good footwork, creates a yard for the cross. Just went past Sapna Rani. She was closing in. Splendid ball rotation. Joyner continuing her run. Yumela Marma and buys a corner. Last touch of Rumesha. We're talking about the game plan and strategy. Bangladesh, playing dominant football, has a vision to develop and bring in a certain profile of players. Putting these two things together, the fans can expect them to play aggressive brand of football throughout this competition. Too much height on the delivery. A Feda went up for it. Is still bobbing in the area and gets the shot in. Way over the crossbar. Yumela Marma almost joining in the party in style. And there are the officials from the South Asian Football Federation. A valiant effort in conducting staff at various age groups, which is a massive impetus as far as women's football is concerned in the subcontinent. It goes past the first and the second. Clearance is poor. Sandeep tries to provide some coverage and deflection of Gagani. That will buy another corner for Bangladesh. Stream-rolled this Sri Lankan midfield and defense, covering half the length of the pitch. A Feda Khandekar. No one closing her down. Someone has to be there to front her up. Oh, great turn! Has found the angle. It's off the ball once more. And finally, a referee blows the whistle. Anjana Rai. A chance after chance for Bangladesh. Great variation. Munki Akhtar beats her marker at absolute ease. Just left her for dead with that half turn. Bangladesh have seen plenty of the ball. Up by 2-0, and they would be hungry for more. The team on top of the table after two round robin will be crowned champions. It's gone through the Lankan defense once more. Can't clear their lines. Rock back on their heels. That's much better. Lanka. No sooner had she crossed the halfway mark than pegged back onto her own territory. This is Sri Lanka's second participation in the tournament. The first participation back in 2021 couldn't get beyond the group stages. Ended at the bottom of the points table. Lost all four of them. And on the counter, here comes Sri Lanka. Can they surprise Bangladesh? Not quite. And Pooja Das with the defensive work. Interception Dulini. Sri Lankan midfield just trying to stay close to the back five. And now they got to try and commit more players in the attacking zone. Will have to come out of their shell. The likes of Sashmi and Sasidi got to help them enter the Bangladesh territory. So far they've been stuck to their choices, struggling to come out of their half, closed down in their own passing drills. Let's have a look at the goal. This Sapna with the opening goal from a free kick. Stupendous finish. You won't see many better than that. It's been raining since the last few weeks. The ground condition is slightly slashy. And the ball just catches tremendous pace while it comes in contact with the surface. There are the fans. We are in the Hamza Chaudhry era. We saw the reincarnation of Bangladesh football with the arrival of Hamza Chaudhry, with the sport gaining quite a lot of popularity since the past few months. When it comes to the women's football, they've always brought laurels for the country. Indran Gregory, devoid of service. Time and again, the Bangladesh midfield managed to surpass the Sri Lankan press effortlessly. And midfield general Sapna Rai pulling the strings from deep, trying to influence proceedings. And even though Sri Lanka failed to get beyond the group stages in 2021, still raising the bar of expectation. However, the coach feels whatever happened in the past will not affect the players. This season is a new story, but it's the same old story for Bangladesh. The Sri Lankan defense just falling apart. Last pitch defending, saving grace. Gagani shifting it clear. Chance for Sri Lanka to make something happen. Got to look towards the right, but Indran Gregory decides to go on her own. Smarter defensive work. Nabiran Khatun got herself in between the ball and the player. And now turning defense into attack in the blink of an eye. And this is what Bangladesh is known for. The butler just allowing the players to play with a lot more freedom. And Muni Akhtar, she's done well in her advanced role. Sapna Rai slightly withdrawn. And there she is, skipping past the first challenge. Couldn't get past the second. The Sanduni stepping in. The ball retention so quick from the Bangla Tigress. Checks back onto her right and now sets up for a shot. Munki Akhtar. Great work. Sina Jahan Shikha checks back onto her right and laid it back for the on-rushing Munki Akhtar. Took it onto her strong right foot, missing the target by a whisker. No distance on the goal kick. Thorough dominance. The lasting images, we've seen photographs on social media from the Saff Under-20 Women's Championship 2025 across the magazines and web portals. And these little snippets that will continue to tell the story of this fine tournament. South Asia's biggest, and may it continue for a long, long time. And over to the game though. Two captains jostling for the ball in the air and more, as they have been over the past few years. Incoming towards the far post. The players in white converging on Yumela Marma. And look at the chance. Sells one dummy and whips it across the face of goal. Sina Jahan Shikha. Rashmi Karoge was left on the floor with that dummy. Another set piece. Yumela Marma towards the near post. No conviction in the clearance. Bangladesh trying to overload the flanks. Away from one, Sapna. That's too high for Shagorika. Sapna Rani has been the standout performer for Bangladesh in the first half an hour. Just far ahead of Sagorika. In terms of quality, hell and heaven difference between the two teams. Once more, making inroads, Sagorika draws a save of Thanusika this time. Off her feet. And there she is, dribbling past Gagani. And from a narrow angle, testing the Sri Lankan goalkeeper. Outswing floater out of the danger zone. And now a Sajda Khandakar is deflected out for a corner. Could have had her name on the score sheet. The captain, so close. Deflected behind by Kavini. Low trajectory from the corner. Lack of elevation. At the half an hour mark, it's Bangladesh 2, Sri Lanka 0. Goal within the first 1.5 minutes by Sapna Rani from the free kick. Sina Jahan Shikha getting it out of her feet from the edge of the penalty area. There is that chance. Sloppy defending from Sri Lanka. Just allowed that extra bit of time. Bangladesh is playing with a lot of skill and prudence and truly proving their mettle and flamboyantly showcasing their class. Trying to showcase her class. Meanwhile, was Sagarika. Couldn't find a way past Tharusika. A creator-in-chief. Yumela, Marma, and now cutting through. Sagarika at the center of things once more. Continues to be wasteful. Yumela Marma's ball away from one and the second. Just couldn't divert it goalwards. Opportunities for Bangladesh. Countless in the first half. Twisting and turning. Lanka driving at human traffic. She was crowded out. Went for a difficult pass. Very uncharacteristic from Sapna Rani. Rupa Akhtar could have been the nearest option. One of the top venues for football in the country, Basundhara Kings Arena. The venue served as the home venue for Basundhara Kings during the AFC Cup 2023, hosting the Group D games. And now chance coming in from the right. Flashing it across the face of goal. Pooja Das went on the overlap. Made a late entry inside the box. Unchallenged, unmarked. Now caught unaware once more, making herself available for the pass. Sagarika. The keeper gets there first. Tharusika. It's been a one-way traffic so far. No joy for Sri Lanka. Bangladesh hungry for more goals. They would certainly want to register a very handsome goal difference right from the opening game. That would sense the tempo for the rest of the tournament. The goal difference can play a spoil sport later to decide the champions. Another cross sent in. The offside flag went up. Time and again just knocking through the channel where Sina Jahan Shikha is present. Good to see fans of all age group. This is a new dawn for Bangladesh as far as football is concerned. And we do hope may it continue for a long, long time. And cricket presently has taken a backseat in this country. Even the men's national team are doing so well in the AFC Asian Cup qualifiers. Even though the last outing wasn't a memorable one against Singapore. And now to the right of goal. Unmarked. Open net, and Sagarika makes it count. Eruption and joy in the stands. Bangladesh are
Ball for Bangladesh.
3-0 ahead.
Sagarika.
Sima Jahan Shikha with the assist. Initially, just fallen slightly behind. No one even around her. It's just a simple cakewalk for Sagarika. Highest scorer from the Saff under-19. Can Sri Lanka find a consolation? Indran Gregory has been outnumbered. Passing from Bangladesh has been incisive. Sina Jahan Shikha just stretching the team from the right, offering that run, and now she's through on goal. Backs it down, and Bangladesh makes it 4-0. And for all that hard work, it looks like she's been rewarded with a goal. Sapna Rani, the pass master. It seems like the goal has been ruled out for offside. And not been counted for real. Anyway, it was a very fine finish. Bangladesh, they pour forward, down the middle. And just when she was about to pull the trigger, Dulini getting that block in place. Sina Jahan Shikha will have to wait. The goal disallowed. So the scoreline will remain 2-0. Now getting ahead of a marker. Can she find Sagarika? It gets to the scoring zone more often than not. Munki Akhtar also playing a very pivotal role. Surrounding the referee, the Sri Lankan players. Looks like Anjana Rai has awarded a free kick to Bangladesh. Very sloppy, very clumsy. The rub of the green not going Sri Lanka's way. Free kick awarded to Bangladesh. Just trying to add some variety. Can they make it 4-0? And a Feita Kandekar with a powerful shot. Could have gone for placement rather. Now the centre back had other ideas. Just tipped over by Thanusika. Bangladesh 3-0 ahead. Looking for the fourth. In-swing floater. No respite for Sri Lanka in this half. Sapna Rani scoring within the first couple of minutes to give Bangladesh the lead. Extended by Shagorika. And then Munki Akhtar adding insult to injury. Near post delivery. Comfortably defended. Dulini had a clear side and reacts to clear. So back-to-back corners for Bangladesh. Taking it short. Lifting it up. It drops on the edge. Sri Lanka will have to spread out. And a counter move not allowed. Pleading for a foul. It was pushed from behind. Sanduni. And the skipper. They looked disjointed. Midfield gone into tatters. Sri Lanka will take their time. Wants to kill the tempo. Bangladesh are operating at a breakneck pace. Down the line, here they come. First time tackle, Gagani. Foiling the move. Shagorika into a crossing position. She's got support in the form of Rita. And finds her. And tries to put it in. Peter Butler will be a very happy man. He was in charge of the national sides of Botswana and Liberia. He brings in a wealth of experience of working at this level. Was appointed on November 2023 as the BFF Elite Football Academy. And now another opportunity for Bangladesh. Once more, the offside flag goes up against Shagorika. Additional time 3 minutes. It's been a memorable first half for Bangladesh. Sapna Rani, unsung heroine. Shikha displays second fiddle to Sapna in the final third. Might go for a shot, lining it up. Munki Akhtar. Too much power and height. Now into open space for Sasidi to run into. He goes for an early cross. Half-hearted attempt. Easily seen away by the Bangladeshi defense. Rita, the left fullback. Now both the fullbacks bombing down the flanks. We saw Pooja Das onto a adventurous trip from the right. Now stretching them. Munki Akhtar from the left hand side. Sets up for a shot. That's much better from Sri Lanka. Layansika. Rashmi. Onto Layansika. Not on the same wavelength in the end. It's tantalizing the way Bangladesh go into the attack. Another turn of pace. Layansika. The angle was very acute on that occasion. Half time then, Anjana Rai brings the first 45 to a close.
Half-time score Bangladesh.
It's been a half
Sri Lanka 0.
dominated by the Bangla Tigers right from the beginning. The Tigresses, they roared throughout the first 45 as they head into the break with a 3-0 lead. Sina Jahan Shikha Sapna Rai had a fruitful evening. Yumela and Sagorika looked dangerous as well inside the box. Tharusika had a lot to keep away, beaten thrice, and hopefully Sri Lanka can bounce back when we come back after the break with the second half's action. And this is how things unfolded in the first half. Attacks were in plenty for Bangladesh. The stream rolled the entire Sri Lankan defense. Chance after chance. Sina Jahan Shekha from the right, Yumela Marma from the left, and Sapna Rani caused all sorts of chaos down the middle. They struck the post twice and managed to find the back of the net 3 times, and this was Sagorika. The simplest of finishes, and Khandekar could have written her name in the score sheet as well. And a couple of goals ruled out for offside. Stay tuned, do not go anywhere. We'll join you shortly after the break. back with the coverage of the Saff Under 20 Championship 2025 live from the Basundhara Kings Arena in Bangladesh. It's the opening game where the defending champions Bangladesh are taking on Sri Lanka. Bangla Tigers leading 3-0. The Shikha has been proactive with right wing, created multiple opportunities in the first half, combining devastating effect in the final third. For the teams, they make a change each. Shanti Mardi brought on by Bangladesh. Sri Lanka also making a change. And off we go then with the second half. Sri Lanka left with disappointment despite their best efforts. The designated away side needs to live up to their name should they have to change the scoreline in the second half. Sapna Rani and Rupa Akhtar had a vice-like grip. It all happened down the right, and it continues to happen so for Bangladesh. Pooja, she's made that entry inside the box. Chance to shoot on the turn, and now gets involved. Pooja Das straight to the keeper. Thanusika was alert to the danger. Bangladesh off they go in a flash. Das had the set off. Munki and Yumela Marma got inside the box quite often. Apaida Akhtar, the skipper as well, slowed down a couple of times. Once denied by Thanusika with her outstretched right hand. Let's see how Sri Lanka they approach in the second half. It's an uphill task to turn the tide. Stranger things have happened in the past in this sport. Oh, great turn of face. Players arriving, and that's 4-0. Swift movement. And looks like it's Munki Akhtar once more. No reaction from Peter Butler.
Goal for Bangladesh, jersey number 15.
Made it look so simple. Almost a training ground routine. And a press from Munki Akhtar. Benefiting from the brilliance of Sagorika. Setting that one up. And one of the deepest sitting midfielders have scored a couple. Goals coming from everywhere. The attack and the defense as a collective unit. Shikha gets the better of her marker. Tries to play it back to a Sapna Rani. Shanti Mardi replacing Sapna Rani. That's the confirmation of the change. TV replaced by Kuveta. And that's the change made by Sivanta Kumara. Great give and go. Shanti Mardi with a cross in! Simple tap in! 5-star performance from Bangladesh.
Goal for Bangladesh, jersey number 19, Sinha
Their
Jahan
first stop this
Sika.
game. Just toying with the Sri Lankan defense. The Lankans are falling apart. It's been a bizarre evening with some shambolic defending. Assist from Shanti Marty. Inch perfect cross. Shikha says thank you very much. She was left free. We are 5 minutes into the second half. A quick fire double from the Bangla Tigress. Clearance was scuffed. Bangladesh will keep the attack on. Puja. Quick passing. Rolls it across. Rita. And now Rita on the return. Runs down straight to Tharusika. Sanduni hurt herself in the process. For the first time these two teams met at the Saff Under-20 Championship was on 19th of December 2021 at the BSS Mustafa Kamal Stadium. It was a 12-0 victory for Bangladesh. A hat-trick from Faida, from Shaheda. A double apiece from Anu and Ritu, and Unnoti scoring the 12th goal. The players of under-17 category not allowed to participate at the under-20. A great chance for the youngsters as well to impress, to prove what they're made of. Few of them already started to catch eyeballs. With the matches getting televised on TV and through the social media platform, the viewers in Bangladesh can watch it on T-Sports. For Indian viewers, it's live on the YouTube channel of Sportzworkz. Another free run, and effortlessly done. Sagarika with the ball at her feet.
Jersey number 10, Sagarika.
Ends in the score sheet. Half a dozen. Goals galore. The Bangladesh flag rising high. Holding off a couple of challenges. And she's never gonna miss from there. Eliminates one, then the second, opens up her body and sweeps it into the bottom corner. Young strikers watching this, a lesson in finishing from Sagarika. The most valuable player once at the under-19 category. Just getting better with age. Munki Akhtar as well, coming of age. Both on a hat-trick. Oh, passing is incisive. Munki with a chance. Bulges the net, but from the outside. Rise it up. Acres of space ahead of her. and went for goal.
Hey! Passade yanne mata man allanna. Oppa meka passade yanne. Gagani, come on.
Apply the right technique.
Gagani, hare dala dena.
Just couldn't catch it straight.
Dal dena. Gagani. Come on. Hey, defender.
Double round robin format for the viewers tuning in. Only 4 participating teams in this edition. And now darting in, Shekhar. Gagani steps across to snuff the danger.
Hey, man mark! Hey, man mark karno.
This was the incident.
Hey!
Bangladesh will take on Bhutan next in their second game. Nepal rather on the 13th. So that is a 7 p.m. kickoff. Oh, stressing it down. Might go for goal. Blazed over the top. Ruma Akhtar.
Hey! What are you doing?
And this was not a chance.
Shashme!
Just from outside the box. Got to be a player of supreme quality to score from that sort of a distance. Now they work the ball in the middle. Shifting it to the right. Shekhar. That's wayward.
Hey! Oi, defender, what a ball! Hey! Uda! Hey!
Sri Lanka have got their back to the wall.
Hey!
They're going down in the opening game by a big margin. Gonna make things difficult. It's one back in the advanced area. Now gets the shot in. Munki Akhtar into the safe pair of hands of Tharusika. Munki takes a look up. Then the trigger. Lanka will face Bhutan in match day 2. 3 p.m. kickoff. All the matches here at the Bushundara Kings Arena. A live and exclusive to the YouTube channel of Sportzworkz. In case you're watching this, just do not forget to subscribe. Now action provided. Puts it across. Delightful finish. And we have the first hat-trick of this edition of the Saff Under-20 Women's Championship. Sagorika complete her hat-trick. Bangladesh are 7 up. Good ball put in by the right back Pujadas. Sagorika never gonna miss from there. Had to be at the right place at the right time. Great exhibition of marksmanship. Would be willing to back Golden Boot in back-to-back seasons. The Saff Youth Championship. High scorer last year at the under-19s. 3 goals in this one. The time for more. Sri Lankan defense Caught flat-footed yet again. Another searching ball. Just eludes Shanti Mardi. Priya takes over. Priya tries to check in. The referee saw that clearly. Just an hour's play gone. It's Bangladesh 7, Sri Lanka 0. Peter Butler brought in a few changes in the second half. Wants to test his bench, and we have the first booking. It's Joyna Brita, the left back, penalized for that challenge. Wincing in pain, Rumesha. She is receiving treatment. The confirmation of the yellow card, Joyna Brita. Now they will be tested against the likes of Nepal and Bhutan. Nepal's FIFA ranking in women's football is within 100. That is going to be a tough challenge. Well, the stands gradually started to fill up. Expect a few more in the next game. The 3 p.m. kickoff in weekdays becomes a bit challenging for the fans. They play the next game 7 p.m. local time, and that is when you expect more support, especially after this evening's performance. That doesn't look pretty for Sri Lanka. Stretcher comes out. A change might be needed. Just clutching her ankle. Humidity 83%. You do expect a lot of fluid to get out from the players. Might have to inhale more liquid. That's not a good sign for Sri Lanka. The Bangladesh Football Federation officials are enjoying this. It's a momentous occasion. Organizing the Saff Under-20 Championship for the 4th time in 6 editions. Moti Trisha Rani ready to come on. The job done by Shagorika, replaced by a young striker.
Substitution for Bangladesh, jersey number 10, Shagorika. Replaced by jersey number 9,
Irani replaced by Shagorika. Now gets to the byline. Venom on the cross. Bangladesh's success in the women's football has been commendable. And it continues to evolve. Once more, invading inside the Sri Lankan territory. Ricochets off the mark.
Good, go on.
The attacks continue to flow.
Come on, defend up. And
Substitution for Sri Lanka, jersey number 6, Ramesha, replaced by jersey number 20, Chasila.
Sila coming in place of Rumesha. Fourth changed. Suvanta had to brandish that change. Sila Udagajara comes on. Just saw the Bangladesh Football Federation, the women's wing chairperson Mahfooza Akhtar Kiran on the stands.
Hurry up. Yeah, hey.
Lankan football just going through a learning phase. Win for Bangladesh. So far, very scattered from Sri Lanka. There's Kagani bringing down Sana Jahan Shikhar, having a wonderful game, tantalizing from the right. Suvanta Akhtar tries to do something extravagant every time she gets onto the ball. Another Lankan player down on the deck. Looks like it's cramp. Sanduni. Quite a decent number. Looks like she's hurt her knee. Physio is out. Receiving treatment. Will be a struggle for Shivantha Kumara to motivate this side for the remaining part of this competition. The teams to play 6 games each. The team on top with the highest points tally will be the champion. The second half goals from Shagorika. Those two combining Pooja Das. Completing her hat-trick. We've had 4 goals in this half so far. 3 in the first. Shivantha Kumara certainly would want all players available at his disposal before the next game against Bhutan. We'll have to see how serious those injuries are to Rumesha. And Safidi. Right challenge, Shikha. The ball was too close to the goalkeeper. Struggling to match up with Bangladesh. Struggle continues. No improvement in the pattern. Another change getting ready. Hamshia Sritharan.
Substitution for Sri Lanka, jersey
New
number
player
7,
coming on.
Sanduni, replaced by jersey number 15, Hamsia.
He's got to make quite a few adjustments in the defense line. Many occasions just getting parallel. Keeps second guessing. Bangladesh on the break. Moti with the delivery. Out of Tharusika's reach, and now it's been retrieved and recycled back onto a shooting angle off the crossbar. Now the loose ball quickly cleared, put out of the danger zone. And that shot is off the mark. Munki Akhtar in a hurry to complete a hat-trick. There was that layoff from Shanti Madi. Went for the curler. Clatters the crossbar. Can they get into double digits? The attempted clearance comes off Moti Krishna Rani. Few of them part of the senior women's setup as well. Quite accustomed to the playing style of Peter James Butler. Was initially appointed as the head coach of BFF Elite Academy, and later took on the national side. Great save, Tharusika closing down the angle and keeps Moti Rani at bay. Kanun Rani Bahadur is the next player. Making way for her is
Substitution for Bangladesh, jersey number 15, Munki
what a game she's had.
replaced by jersey number 6, Kanun Rani Bahadur.
Kanun Rani Bahadur, defensive midfielder, comes on. No pressure at all from Sri Lanka. Huge gap between attack and defense. They started with a back five, realizing the threat which the Bangladesh attackers they possess. Still Bangladesh managed to breach their defense 7 times. thrice denied by the post. Scoreline by now could have been in double digits. Ruma Akhtar went up during the corner. Will there be more goals in the last quarter? Drifting out wide. Shanti Morandi testing the keeper at her near post. Got body well behind the ball, Tharusika. It was directly going in. Good work from the Sri Lankan custodian. Clearly off. No questions on that. Nepal and Bhutan will be watching this as well, taking note of the players. In this digital era, it's not rocket science. The coaches eventually take note of the teams, keep analysis with the team, is to analyze their opponents, expose their weakness, underline the area of strength. Quick exchange. Rita Sentinelli. Shot on the turn, falls kindly for the number 20, Shanti Mahdi. And Moti can't get onto the follow-up. Look at the hit. Had a long evening between the sticks, the goalkeeper. Bangladesh. Once more they bully their way inside the penalty area, saw the danger. Gagani. And every move just lands into an attempt. Barely saw the Sri Lankan defense clear their line. Such has been the accuracy from Bangladesh in the final third. It's been a field day for the centre backs. Valuable game time for Ruma Akhtar, Shanti Mahdi, Moti Krishna as well, getting an opportunity to impress the head coach, earn her spot in the starting lineup. Oh, that's skillful. Tells one dummy. Bunna Khatun. And in the end, overhits it. Where is that dummy? Psychologically, quite challenging. And to make sure this team play with the same vigor, Sri Lanka, when they face Bhutan next, after such a big margin defeat, they would want to forget this evening without a shadow of a doubt. Every day is a new challenge. Shivanta Kumara emphasizing on progressing forward match by match. The attacks are in plenty. It was Rupa. Just couldn't get it right this time. Centrally. Oh, that's a great through. Switched off just in time by that put in from Tulini. Sana Jahan Shekhar. Fine composure. Clever play. It's Kanan Rani Bahadur. Shekhar still has it. Takes the shot, Rupa Akhtar. That has gone wide. The ranking of the Sri Lankan side touching nearly 160. A lot needs to be done. Kanan Rani Bahadur was a weak left footer. A feeble attempt in the end. A lot of contenders for the Player of the Match award. Shanti with a reverse pass. Vital touch. Gagani. Great work. On the sweeper back. Sri Lanka concedes a corner. Bonna Khatun. Regulation time of 7 minutes left. It was drilled in low and hard. It's crept out. Nabira Khatun. Bonna once more. Good height on this. Keep the flight completely. Could have been the eighth. Rita. Bangladesh in the ascendancy. Muscles. Then took out of the way. Tries to wriggle out. But easier said than done. Shanti. Shanti keeps going. A clever release. Let it back. A powerful shot. Not on target. That was a good hit from Nabira Khatun. Centre back. Stayed up from that move. Krishna Rani laying it behind. Corner delivered into that danger zone. And goal number 8. Rupa Akhtar. Her first of this game. And apart from the strikers, the 2 central midfielders also gets on the score sheet. Just a scramble. A near post touch from a player in white.
Goal for Bangladesh, jersey number 30, Rupa
Doesn't get
Akhtar.
the defending right at the back post. Now the tiny little window and slipping it through.
Substitution for Sri
Coming up from Sri
Lanka.
Lanka.
Jersey number 8,
Madhushani.
Kashmir, and jersey number 15, Hamsia. Replaced by jersey number 12, Usadi, and jersey number 19,
Facing
Makshi
Hamshia.
Wani.
Madhushani. Just one change wasted by Shivanta. Now Sasmi is off. Shadi comes on. Sri Lankan defense in 6s and 7s. In the face of adversity, you need leaders to emerge. Deception. Kavini. Now out wide. Kuveta. Kuveta continuing her run, but loses out to Rita. She was backpedaling. She's got the captain's armband. Now Swarna Narendra. Will be flagged off. Just to one positive move from Sri Lanka in this game. Where is that incident? Rashmi
Yellow
Karake
card for Bangladesh, jersey number 19, Sinha Shikha.
into her ankle. Rightfully so, the yellow card comes out. Sri Lanka have a free kick. Hefty tackle. Unneeded. Regulation time. Just a minute left. Gagani to deliver this. Floater delivery. Just leaving it alone, the keeper. Has it taken a nick? The referee suggests so. It's been given as a corner. First Sri Lankan corner of this game. In the dying stages of this game. Gagani.
Additional time, 5 minutes.
Free kick came to nothing. Additional time 5 minutes. Still time for Bangladesh to get into double digits. Flagged off. That's smart from Bangladesh. Lion Shika was the furthest player forward. Bangladesh pushing from the left wing. Got her hand in the way. Tarusika. Had a decent game. Shanti Madi. And now through on goal. Lion Sika. She's 1-on-1. And she makes it count. Consolation goal for Sri Lanka.
Goal for Sri
Great cheer
Lanka, jersey number 10,
from the reserve bench. They reduce the margin. Injury time. Lion Shika making it 8-1. Fine through ball. That was played in by Oshadi. Peter Butler just fuming. Certainly wanted to keep a clean sheet. Applied the high line in defense. And eventually had to concede a goal. Just overcommitting players in the attack. That bargain left the back door open. Lion Sika just broken through the Bangladesh defense and rewarded with a goal. Just a minute and a half left of injury time. Moti. Still Moti. Player arriving and Krishna. 9-1 Bangladesh. Shanti Madi. She was on rushing.
Goal for Bangladesh, jersey number 20, Shanti
Fine
Madi.
finish to a flourishing move. Set up from Moti Krishna. Shanti Madi gets in the 9th goal for Bangladesh. Beautiful cutback from the young number 9. On rushing, Shanti Madi gets her name in the score sheet as well. Had 10 goals. Could be more. Couple of blockage. Should have left it. Corner conceded. Chance for Bangladesh. Might be the final move of this game. And they take the scoring tally to double digits. Chaos in the box. Referee's whistle. We witnessed 10 goals in the opening game of Saff Under 20 Women's Championship 2025. Bangladesh hosting the event for the fourth time. The most successful team at the Saff Under 20, and their domination continues. A landslide victory. A memorable one. Well deserved. Well thought out.
Starts at 7 p.m. It's Nepal versus Bhutan.
Bangladesh will stay at top after this result. At full time, it's Bangladesh 9, Sri Lanka 1. Another game coming up after this, where Bhutan will lock horns against Nepal. 3 goals in the first half from Bangladesh, 6 in the second. And they've had 10 overall. Sri Lanka might have taken lessons from this big margin defeat. They take on Bhutan next on 13th of July. First game of match day 2. And Bangladesh will face off Nepal. That's going to be an absolute cracker. Win by a big margin, certainly. I'm going to give them a lot of confidence. They got to save that celebration. Still a long, long way to go. But what a way to get off the mark in the points table. That's the scoreline from the Basundhara Kings Arena. The first game of the Saff Under 20 Women's Championship. Bangladesh beating Sri Lanka 9-1. Wonderful hat-trick from Sagarika. A brace from Munki Akhtar. And a goal apiece from Sina Jahan Shika, Shanti Mardi, Sapna Rani and Rupa Akhtar. This is the match in a nutshell. A goal right at the start from a free kick. Sapna Rani opening the scoring, followed by another strike which resulted into a goal. Munki Akhtar had a tremendous game, so as Sina Jahan Shika. Sagarika putting in her first. Afaida could have gotten on the score sheet as well. Denied by the Sri Lankan goalkeeper. And in the second half, Bangladesh continued to play a destructive brand of football. A couple of goals very quick within the first 5 minutes. Shagorika completing another hat-trick. The first hat-trick scorer of this edition of the Saff Under-20 Championship. Shanti Mardi was brilliant as well. And Bunna making her way inside the penalty area. The shot wasn't on target. Rupa Akhtar from the corner, seeking a goal before Lanka reduced the margin. And the final nail in the coffin from Shanti Mardi, who came on in the second half.
With us, Jasutaran, number 10 forward has Team Sri Lanka. What do you want to say after the match?
நாங்கள் வந்து 25 ஒரு மாதம் ப்ராக்டிஸ் இல்லாமல் வந்து நாங்கள் எங்களை டிஃபெண்ட் வந்து பெஸ்ட் கொஞ்ச கால ப்ராக்டிஸ் இல்லாமல் வந்து நாங்கள் ஐயோ மாடகடி நீ எனக்கு சொல்ல ஒரு மாதம் ப்ராக்டிஸ் இல்லாமல் வந்து நாங்கள் எங்களை டிஃபெண்ட் வந்து பெஸ்ட்டாக இருக்குது அவ்வளோதான்.
So we had a 1 month practices and we were like giving our best shot and we had the best defenders. We tried our best. Yeah, that's it.
How much confident to come back in the next match?
எவ்வளோ confident in the next match
அடுத்த மேட்ச் வின் பண்ணுவோம்ன்ற நம்பிக்கையில் நம்பிக்கை.
We are having the guts that we might win the next match as well.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Best of luck.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Lanka was the scorer for Sri Lanka.
Mohammad Shagorika with us. Shagorika hat-trick করেছেন ফার্স্ট ম্যাচেই, কেমন লাগছে?
আসলে এটা তো ভালো লাগারই কথা যে প্রথম ম্যাচে হ্যাট্রিক করছি, অনেক ভালো লাগতেছে।
কেমন ছিল ম্যাচটা ওভারঅল যদি বলেন, এই ম্যাচটা কেমন লেগেছে? আপনারা এতগুলো গোল করেছেন, সব মিলিয়ে যদি বলেন।
আমরা ফার্স্ট হাফে খেলতে পারি নাই, কেননা মাঠের অবস্থা খুব খারাপ ছিল, অনেক কাদা ছিল, তো ফার্স্ট হাফে খেলতে পারি নাই। কিন্তু আমাদের কোচ হাফ টাইমের পর নির্দেশনা দিছিল যে অনেক ভালো হবে, আমরা ভালো খেলতে পারবো। সো ওইটা নিয়ে মাঠে নামছিলাম, সো ভালো খেলছি।
প্রথম ম্যাচে বিগ উইন, অনেকগুলো গোল করেছেন, নিশ্চয়ই অনেক বেশি আত্মবিশ্বাসী করেছে আপনাদেরকে এই ম্যাচটা।
অবশ্যই এটা তো আত্মবিশ্বাস আছেই যে সামনের ম্যাচগুলো এর থেকে আরো আমাদের ভালো করতে হবে, আরো ভালো খেলতে হবে।
থ্যাংক ইউ সো মাচ।
Shagorika shared her thoughts. The only hat-trick scorer of this edition. Bangladesh certainly will come back strong in the next game and continue their dominance. Thank you so much for tuning in. We'll join you with the second game of match day 1. For the time being, it's goodbye.